Well, greetings everybody. Joseph, Green Mountain Gold Traps. Been a minute. So I'm gonna bring you into a spot where this year we are gonna be doing some pretty good stuff. Things that other people just don't do. But I got some uphill to go and then a lot of downhill before I get there. So catch you in a bit.
I'm afraid to take this to the creek, man. This thing is nice.
All right, I made it into position. Let me get myself all unpacked and show you what I'm going to be working with today and get set up. Back in a bit. All right, so the only thing I need today is my shovel, my concentrates bucket, little hand towel for when I want to pick up the camera or something, 8 mesh classifier. After I do a clean out, I can run everything through there, get rid of the bigger pebbles, my gold pan to pan everything back, little 2.5 gallon bucket to block off water flow on the 23-inch pay streak finder. Much easier to pack into a small area like this and put it right in the backpack. And of course my glasses, because as of 2 years ago my eyes don't work as good as they do anymore. So I'll get back to you in a sec to show you what I'm going to be working on and also point out what we're going to be doing down here this season. All right, so right over here in this little cove, I found a nice little hot spot I've been working on. I'll show you the gold that I've gotten just this year alone. Down here, just scouting different areas, getting ready for what we're going to be doing this year. And then of course I've done work up here before where I'm set up, but I've never really checked this gravel bar. So yesterday I did some work here, and of course immediately I'm starting to notice, of course, the bedrock dips down and then it's going to dive probably in the same angle down and then meet up with the bedrock over there at some point. But you've got all kinds of heavies dropping out, and that looks fairly coarse. Nice coarse black sands. I mean, I'm even seeing it over in here, but also, I mean, all along here. But yesterday I tested, you notice these big boulders up here right after a major inside bend. There's a major curve in the river right here, and what we call the hourglass is up around the corner. I'm walking over a bunch of black sands, but right along this water line, as it's receding, you can see it licking up, and it's stratifying. Well, as it's receding, it's bringing the gold down. Not all of it, but of course much of the gold is going to come down here. Right there yesterday I did a pan, probably 3/4 full, half full, and got 7 pieces. So if I can just do a fairly wide, you know, maybe a foot wide, and just follow the water line and just shovel onto the gold trap, see what happens. But I also, I mean, because high water flow, that tree way up there during Irene, this canyon was charged. I mean, the water was probably way up there, if not higher. But look at the tree. That's a good, I don't know, 8 feet, 9 feet off from the water level right now, and the water's still a bit high. So one of the things I had noticed last year, year before, and this year, pointed out to Wayne, who's going to be working with me this year, look at all this bedrock that can become cracked open. I was spitting and sputtering here. So I just did a little bit of crack in here, a little bit of crack in here. I probably got about a 1/4 of a pan and there had to have been a good 25-30 pieces in there. So this whole area is, it's got some gold. And geologically upriver, it's something we don't discuss much, but it's a good spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. And by the way, I'm gonna dedicate this video to all my brothers and sisters at the Brick Church in North Clarendon. Is that North Clarendon? But anyway, it's in Clarendon. So God bless you all, and let's get busy and see what I can do. And of course, I don't have a tripod for this, so I'll just be shooting now and then and showing you what I've got. Let me show you the gold in the little concentrates bucket here in a sec. Alright, most of it's buried by black sand, but there's some good sized pieces in there. Hopefully you can see it, because I can't see it on screen, but there's some good ones in there. Alright, I'm kind of itching to get shoveling, so back to you in a bit. Alright, for those of you at the Brick Church, how does the Green Mountain Gold Trap work? Well, you throw your material on the upper deck, it gets classified by the classification plate. All your heavies and smaller material goes through that and enters into the capture tray, which is removable. And underneath here, there's another chamber where there's 2 tubes in the 23-inch pay streak finder. The bigger one has 3 tubes. And that fluidizes the material inside the capture tray, making all your heavies and your gold sink, while lighter material flows out right here, and all your gold stays inside the capture tray. Alright, so I've cleaned this out a little bit, well, quite a bit actually, and I'm just letting the capture tray clear off some of the lighter material. Then I'm going to do a clean out and see what we get out of this little spot, and see if I need to go up there to, well, that was plan A actually, but I couldn't resist with all that black sand right there checking this, so we'll see what happens. Okay, 23, well, is that even gonna show up? Yep, 23 pieces of gold out of that one little spot. Not enough to get me excited or keep going on that, so I'm gonna go to plan A. Alright, so the other reasoning behind this theory, not just because the water's stratifying the gold and black sands down, but you look at all these bigger boulders up in here. So this is a perfect low pressure zone all through here, and you see the size of the cobbles too. They're smaller, they get a little bit bigger, and then they get smaller again. So this is where all your heavier materials dropping out, where you see these slightly bigger cobbles. Grab another scoop. Try to get rid of these bigger rocks because I'm working with one hand. Bring it to the gold trap. I'm getting my exercise. dump it on. The last thing that goes in is black sand. All your heavy material goes in last. Pretty cool. Okay. It was a short run. It's another 30 some odd pieces in here. Not too bad for a short run. And that rope burn I got coming down here, that's kind of sore. Kind of hurts a little. It's not a steep hill or anything. It'll be a billy goat on steroids. Let's take a little walk up here. See, here's a drop zone here. Now, I didn't explain yet what we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be camping out. Now, I'm not too far upriver from where Bob lives. And he's graciously blessed us with giving us permission to park at his place and come in, which makes it a whole lot easier. Now, right now, I couldn't do that. This water's still moving too fast to cross. Anybody who tries to cross water like this just isn't too brilliant. So, I mean, I can't remember what the ratio is, but water moving at 8 miles per hour is a whole lot of pounds on your body, and it will wash you away. And if you're wearing waders, those waders are going to fill up and you're going to sink. So you don't want to be crossing something like this, and that's why I had to come down the hard way to work this area today. But once water level goes down, you can cross easy. So here's a drop zone here. I have what I built. It's called the dive hookah. Now, what that is it replaces your regular scuba tanks, and you have a pump that pushes air to you. I have 50 feet of line, and I can go down underwater and stay under for, I think it's an hour and a half if I wanted to. So we want to hit these drop zones. That's something that people don't do. Now, for one, they don't come into areas like this because most people, they want to park their car, walk over a bank and find some gold. Well, I like to hit the hard spots. So let's go up here a little bit further. A lot of big boulders. Really nice drop zone up here. So even this right here, this water it doesn't look like it's moving that fast. But when I walk out here, I've got to be really careful. Choose your footing very carefully. Yesterday it was a bit worse than it is now. All right. This area up in here is a beautiful drop zone. You've got the water coming down and around, so there's your inside bend. You want to dive down and check that. Now this is what we call the hourglass because it opens up in this area up here above these waterfalls. And then it pinches off again beyond it. And there's another drop, there's a bunch of drop zones up through here. So I was able to pick up a inflatable 2-man kayak. Plus I have a big jet sled that most people use for ice fishing and stuff that we can tow behind, help us get our gear. We'll have to portage and get up and over area of other, certain spots, but that's what we're gonna do this year. Camp out, and it's gonna take bringing a whole lot of gear in, but that's the only way you're gonna do it. You can't, it's not something you do in a day. So that's gonna be interesting. Very interesting. I love it out here, untouched by man. It's just, it's so peaceful. listening to the birds, the wind, the water. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, get back over there. I think I'll start just playing around now. I'm gonna see how much gold this little tiny pocket might be holding. So let's find out. Not gonna take much to clean it out. So as I was removing the larger rocks out of that little crevice, I realized that I had taken all my crevicing stuff out of my bag at the vehicle before hiking in. But that's okay, because I found this silver spoon in one of the rivers I work. Got to think outside the box sometimes. Let's get her done. All right. I do have my little Reinhardt dredge with me. That I'm going to have to use when I'm done getting as much of this out of here as I can. Another big rock in there. I might have to, there we go, it's coming. It's coming. That's nice, because that means there's a little pocket in there. Gold will stick to rocks. Oh yeah. Sometimes these little crevices can give you a little to nothing, and other times they can shock you. Another rock wedged in. Nice. Oh, hello, bug. This could be good. Or it could not be. Uh-oh, that's all right. Well, that goes down there pretty deep. Look at that. I'm liking this. That stone's dry and doesn't really have anything on it, so. Might be kind of tricky getting all the little tiny pebbles that'll clog up the tip of the Reinhardt dredge, which you'll see what it is once I get to that point. I'm gonna have to fill it with water. Another stone in there. There it is. That is a nice little pocket. Bye, bug. Thanks for visiting me. It was on my arm. Okay. Alright. I need both hands to do what I gotta do, but I'll bring you back in a minute here. Okay. So, I got this little pick that I made. You want to make sure you get all these nice little corners and stuff. Kind of tricky, being such a small crevice. Next hand. More stones. Used to have more of a tip on it. Wonder why it's not there anymore. Alright, let's see. Oh, I gotta get my gold pen. Wayne, I need a new Reinhardt dredge. I kind of broke mine. Still works, but I don't like broken stuff. You better not let me down. Not this year. Store's closing. You're coming out. Ooh, look at that. Another rock coming out. All that gold's going to be right down there, right in the deepest point. But I have to make sure I get all these little tiny stones and stuff out of here. There's another one. Got it. Okay, I got to get the I gotta put some water in here and get my Reinhardt dredge. Back in a sec. Alright. So that's the Reinhardt dredge. Kind of like a turkey baster. Yeah, turkey baster. But not quite. See? Sucks up the material. Okay, I gotta have both hands. I just have to have both hands. God gave us two, so I gotta use them both. Get back to you when I get it cleaned out. There we go. All cleaned out. Clean enough to pour some milk and cereal in there and eat it right now. Never mind. So, I'm gonna get this panned out and see what's in it. Back to you when I do. Well, this was one of those situations where not much. There's only 14 pieces, but I didn't get skunked. I got some gold. That makes me happy. What makes me happy is being out here. Gold is just the bonus. That's just the bonus. But, yep. That was one of the ones that just doesn't give you much, and I'd have to guess, because of the angle of all the bedrock here, it may be because of helical flow. Picture a tornado on its side. So spinning one way or the other, I don't know. I know how to read rivers, but I can't vision how. I guess it would be spinning this way because you got the outside bend. So should be kicking gold up in, but I don't know. Anyway, that's one of the pockets. It wasn't so good, but that's all right. I'm having fun. All right, so after I didn't completely fail on that one, I decided to come down. Of course, it's down lower along the edge here. Been kind of eyeballing this. This is part of the bedrock, but when I got my shovel underneath it, it is moving. But here's the thing. I'm thinking that digging this out and following that would be pretty smart, because that could be, that crevice could continue on. Who knows? I'm looking across the river and I'm seeing a spot over there directly across from it where there's a pinch. So there's a possibility there's a crevice that goes all the way across the river. But anyway, only I think 7 pieces out of that pan, but biggest one of the day so far. So that's not too shabby. All right, I'm gonna do a time check. I'm thinking probably about time for me to pack stuff up and head out. But before I do, I'll dump out my snuffer bottle so everybody can see what I got for the day. Not a whole lot, but that's what prospecting is all about. Some days you do good, and other days you don't do so good. But again, gold is just the bonus. Back in a bit. All right, gold trap's out of the water, and this is what I got for the day. Get my glasses on so I can see what you see. Not too bad. Can't complain. I see one little piece over here stray. Not too bad for coming out, just having some fun. So I do thank you all for watching, as always. If you have a Gmail account and created a YouTube account, by all means, please do like the video and share it wherever you're on social media, and leave a comment. I hope to catch you on the next one. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I am greatly looking forward to getting in this water, doing some diving, because that's a whole new world, and I really enjoy that. It'll let the water warm up a little bit more. I do have a 7mm wetsuit jacket, which helps, but still needs to warm up just a little bit more. All right, catch you later, everybody. This hill. Yes.
Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs I tried to fill